Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage, a little bit chilly, and I have come to the realization that my workbench is really messy. I was running some coaxial cable for a 2-meter amateur radio that I have out here in the garage because I have an antenna on the fence, which is right next to my garage. And I realized the other end of that workbench is getting real piled up with stuff. So I think that's going to be one of my projects this weekend to get all that cleared off. So you guys will probably see that as time goes by. Anyway, I got a lot of gun stuff to talk to you guys about. I went over to Bauer Precision in Denton, Texas, which I actually live in Denton County, which is, I guess it's kind of close, but man, the drive sucks because all the roads to get there are so busy. But anyway, I was able to go over and pick up what I told you I got approved on, my Allen Industries, or Allen Engineering, that's what it is, Allen Engineering, AEM5 suppressor for my Mk12 Mod 1. Now I have another one of these that I'm waiting for an approval on with a different dealer. But anyway, I got my Mk12 Mod 1 out again because I wanted to see if I actually built this thing correct. You guys know the project that I did. I have not made any videos with this on the main channel, but I do expect to do that now once I have this suppressor, and I'm hoping to still get the rail to go on top of the scope ring. That really would be about the last thing I truly need, but I think that's about it. Maybe to get a flash kill for the scope. And of course, if I can ever find the Knight's Armament sling swivel, I'm having to use one that's, I don't know, kind of close, but it's not right. That's pretty much the only thing on this that's not right. But anyway, we're going to find out tonight if I built this rifle correctly. And unfortunately, I have to kind of do this off camera to mate the suppressor to the rifle because YouTube has weird rules in the past. This is one of the things that struck my channel. But you guys pretty much know what it looks like to thread on a suppressor. But this thing, it has threads way deep in it, and it goes way over the barrel. And Allen Engineering is owned by the same guy that designed the original Ops Inc. suppressor for the Mk12 program. There's two companies out there that make these suppressors, or suppressors that look like this and function with this. One is Allen Engineering, and I understand that the guy, I guess his last name is Allen, he's retiring, so they're not going to be making many more of these in the future. The other company is called Otter Creek, and they make a more modern version of this where it looks like this on the outside, but internally it uses like more modern baffle designs and materials like Inconel and titanium. It's a lot lighter. But this is the original design with a stainless steel tube and baffles. So this is the one that I really wanted for this build for it to be right. So it's going to go over this and screw on, but I'm not going to do it on camera because that's what got my YouTube channel in trouble in the past. Because, you know, you get people that don't know anything about guns reviewing this stuff and, oh, you modified a gun. No, I didn't. I just screwed on an accessory. So we're going to take this off camera here for just a moment. Okay? You can't see it. And I will put the suppressor on. And hopefully everything lines up if I installed all that stuff on the barrel correctly. And let's see if I did. It's all going on. It's screwing on. Okay, here we go. Boom. There it is. Take a look at that. Yeah, my camera looks nice. So that now is one sexy gun. I'm telling you guys, this is one of those projects that I'm so happy with how it came out. So my Mk12 Mod 1 build. That looks awesome. And so now I have the suppressor and I can put this in the case, because you guys know I have like the whole loadout thing in the case. And I had one empty slot for the suppressor. And now I can put that in. So there you go. So let's talk some guns. Okay, so I went over to Bauer Precision where I purchased this suppressor. And I always enjoy going over there because they got some cool stuff. I would have to say out of all the stores in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you got your big box stores, you got like your Shields and Cabela's and things. And they have okay stuff at okay prices. And then you got like Rifle Gear, which is real close to where I live. And they usually have some pretty cool stuff. But the guys at Bauer, they're like in like a little strip mall kind of building, and they have stuff crammed everywhere. I mean, it is a store full of stuff that I love. They're all about like clone rifles. They're all about the tactical stuff, B&T, FN, and so forth. And I mean, they have everything cool. If you like the stuff that's on my channel, you would like their store. That's pretty much what they do. And they have some harder to get stuff as well. So they have some of the arms incorporated scope ring stuff. They have clone rifle scopes. It's actually where I bought this scope from. They're just really cool. They're a bunch of cool guys, and they recognize me, which is really cool. I'm always flattered when people recognize me from online. But anyway, I was over there and I got to see a couple of guns that I have been really interested in, and I kind of wanted to report back to you because there's a few guns that are on my I kind of want list, you know. And right now, with the state of my collection, I don't think I'm really buying that much, you know. But I have to really want something, and it has to be at the right price. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things that I saw, things I liked and didn't like, and see what you guys thought. So the first thing I noticed is on the wall, they had the very first Beretta. Is it the APX? No, it's the P. Anyway, it's like their not their Kel-Tec. Oh my gosh, their Tech 9. They bought like the rights of like the Tech 9 from B&T or something. Is it the PMX? I think it's called. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think that Small Arms Solutions recently reviewed one. It's like a pistol caliber carbine. You buy it as a pistol, of course, you can SBR it. And I've been really interested in this thing. Really interested. I kind of wish I would have bought the B&T one when it was out, but I didn't do it. But the Beretta one looks so cool. So I got the handle one, and I'll tell you, I have, I guess right now as it sits, 3 big disappointments. Number one, it's a lot more polymer than I thought. I thought maybe the upper receiver would be aluminum. It's not. It's all polymer. Everything is polymer. The action seems to run smooth. You know, I just kind of ran it there at the shop. But the whole thing is polymer. It kind of feels a little bit cheap, kind of. Not bad, though. Not bad. But I asked them, I said, hey, if I got this, what are the stock options? Because obviously I would want to SBR it. And they told me they've been in contact with their sales rep at Beretta, and they are supposed to have the official stock at some point in the future, but they don't know. And for me, I'm not going to buy that thing unless I know I'll be able to get the proper stock. Now, I do know there's a company out there that makes a stock for it, and it looks good, but it's not the Beretta stock. And you guys know when it comes to my stuff, I want it to be all the same. Like, if I have a B&T gun, I want it to be all B&T. So if I have that Beretta, I want it to be all Beretta. And so if they're not going to bring in those stocks, man, I would feel really bad buying that pistol and then never been able to get the stock for it. That would drive me absolutely bonkers. And they only offer it in black right now. If they ever come out with it in flat dark earth, it might be an easy buy for me. But until then, I was able to pass. I am still interested in it. I think it looks cool, but it has potential. It has potential. But I was very disappointed that it was so much polymer. So much polymer. And then on the way out, I noticed they had one of the new Browning high powers. Now, it's not the HI-power. It's the high power, HIGH. And I better be careful to spell that correctly because you guys always get on my spelling, apparently. It's a completely different gun than the old high power. It looks like the high power. It has a name that sounds the same, but it is functionally so different. I've really wanted one for my high power collection. And they had one in flat dark earth. And I sat there looking at that thing and I handled it for a little bit. And it was tempting. It was real tempting. But there were 2 big turnoffs of that gun for me. 2 big turnoffs. The first one is going to be the price. It's a little bit high. Okay, I would say the price they actually had it there at the store was actually pretty good. And of course, I got to future-proof this video. I'm making this in early January 2024. They were like $1,200 or $1,250. That's expensive for that gun. It's expensive in my opinion for what that is. It's a cool gun, but it's expensive. I don't want to pay that much. Now, if that was in the $800, $900 price point, yeah, I'd be real interested. Um, the other issue I had is the guide rod. Is that I noticed that if you look at the front of the pistol, it has, you have your barrel, and then below it, it looks like it's another barrel because it's like open. It kind of reminds me of the Walther PDP, if you guys have seen those. They have a shorter guide rod, but they have essentially a hole that is drilled through the slide so the guide rod can go through this, big block of metal. And it kind of looks like there's two barrels in the front. And I'm like, man, they should have just put in a longer guide rod to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Maybe I could look past the price, but having that ugly thing in the front, it just didn't look good. It didn't look like it looked like it was an afterthought is what it was. And I didn't like that. So that gun still will be on the back burner for me. What do you guys think? Do you guys own one or see one or have seen one? And also, it kind of feels a little bit cheap. Even though it's all metal, it feels a little bit cheap. Like you pulled a trigger, you're like, it has a nice trigger in it, but it just has I don't know, the sound. It's not like a hard, snap, when that hammer falls. It's I don't know. That was what I saw there with that one. And then right next to it, they had a Springfield Armory SA-35, which is their copy of the old high power. Now, I'm going to tell you what. For the price and what that gun is, I think that gun's pretty cool. And that might be one of those Springfield Armories that I end up buying one day. And it has a great price. I mean, it's really cheap. It's like $500 or $600 for what you get. The finish on it is awesome. I think the roll stamp on it is up. It has no of those stupid Springfield Armory gimmicks. It doesn't say grip zone or any of that crap. It's a nice high power. And I was looking at this like, I really want a high power because I got some collectible actual FN high powers. And I was like, it'd be nice to have a high power I can actually go shoot. And so I pick it up and I rack the slide. And then I realized why I don't want that gun. I got hammer bite just racking the slide. And you guys, when I have reviewed the high powers, have said, you got to hold it differently or you don't have problems. I got all this like fleshy hand back here, like, between my thumb and index finger. And I ride my guns high. I like to have a low bore axis. And man, I just racked it. I was like, oh, hammer bite. Yeah, that's why I don't like the original high power. They hurt. Why doesn't it have a longer beaver tail? I appreciate them keeping it to the original specs. But man, I sure wish it had a longer beaver tail. I'll tell you a high power that's awesome that I reviewed, and it was Jack. It was Jack's. It was semi-auto Jack. The Jack number 1. He has a Gearson, I forgot the exact model name. It's like the is it MC35 or something? Tactical or Tac Ops or something like that. And it has a beaver tail. And that gun is awesome. That gun was awesome. That might be my favorite high power I've ever shot. And so I kind of wish that Springfield Armory would duplicate that design in what they have created, because everything else, the grips look great, the finish looks great, the markings look great, it feels quality, it's easy to rack the slide, it doesn't feel like an FN high power, it's really refined. I'm very, very impressed with it. But unfortunately, it gave me hammer bite, and that goes, nope, I'm not going to buy a gun that gives me hammer bite. The last thing I saw there that really interested me is actually something that I did spend a little bit of money on. And I guess it's not like a secret that these things are coming out. One of the guys behind the counter says, hey, I know you build clone rifles. You ever thought about doing a FN M16A4? And I was like, well, I do have the FN Military Collector's Edition, M16A4. But I also have an FN Surplus unfired upper. So I have the P&S Products handguard. I mean, it's literally, it has all the technical data package markings. I mean, it's a real Marine Corps M16A4 upper receiver. And I only found, when it comes to a rifle lower, the only lower that I could really find that would, I guess, work on it, kind of give it the right look, was like a Bushmaster lower. And so I bought it. I was like, okay, I'll pop it on here. It has the right look, the right stock, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, it'd be cool if FN ever came out with just the lower receiver of the FN Military Collector Series with the proper markings, the cage codes, it marked M16 rifle, all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what they offer now? They offer that. I guess they've released the M4 carbine ones, and they look great, but they had some of those in stock, but they're like, the M16 ones are coming out in the near future. So I actually pre-ordered one. So I gave him my credit card, and it wasn't too bad. It was like, I don't know, like $150 or something. It comes as a strip lower, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with the stock. I mean, I think I'll probably take most of the, because I bought some like mil-spec parts and put it into that Bushmaster lower. I think I may just transfer all that over, including the stock, onto that lower when I get it. And then I can put that surplus M16A4 upper on it, and it's going to be really close to being clone correct. And then I'll probably end up buying like an ACOG for it or something. But anyway, that's my gun stuff today. And tonight I just wanted to talk about guns. I wanted to show off my new suppressor, and of course, show off one of my favorite builds, one of my favorite rifles in my collection, my Mk12 Mod 1. I don't know if I'll ever shoot this. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day. And talk about the guns I saw. And I'm just curious what you guys think about any of that. You know, I just like to come out here sometimes and just talk shop. So the new Browning high power, or I guess FN high power, what do you guys think of it? The Springfield Armory SA-35 high power clone, the FN Military Collector Series lowers that they're releasing now, and what was the other thing? I totally forgot. But anyway, man, lost my train of thought there. But anyway, anything I talked about in this video. Man, I'm kind of glad Bauer Precision is on the other side of the county. I really am glad they're on the other side of the county, because I would probably be there too much and spend too much money. But anyway, there you go. So that's all I got for you tonight. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And thank you for joining me here in the garage, where we just get to talk about guns. We're just talking guns tonight. So if you made it to the end of the video, you guys like the word of the day. So what's the word of the day? Suppressor. Suppressor is the word of the day, because I got my approval on this AEM5 by Allen Engineering. So, all right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And thanks for talking guns with me. So, as always, thanks for watching.